Train your mind. Like a warrior. 10 rules for mental discipline. Most people walk through life like civilians. They react, they drift, they wait. But warriors, they train. They move with purpose. They prepare for storms before they come. And the strongest warriors don't just train their bodies, they train their minds. In today's episode of The Mental Gym, we'll break down 10 rules that build real mental discipline. Rules that separate the scattered from the focused, the weak from the unbreakable, the lost from the lethal. If you've ever wanted to stop being average, this is the blueprint. Rule number 1. Your mind is not your friend. It wasn't built to make you happy. It was built to keep you safe. That means it's wired for fear, hesitation, comfort, and excuses. If you don't train it, your mind will trick you into becoming soft. Discipline starts when you stop trusting every thought you have. You don't follow your mind, you lead it. Rule number 2. Do it when you don't feel like it. The average man waits for motivation. The disciplined man acts, regardless of how he feels. If you only show up when it's convenient, you'll never build anything that matters. Discipline means showing up when you're tired, when you're doubting, when no one is watching. You train not for the mood you're in, but for the future you're building. Rule number 3. Environment is stronger than willpower. You can have the strongest intentions, but if you're surrounded by weak energy, you'll eventually break. The mind adapts to what it's exposed to. If you hang around quitters, you'll become one. If you're around excuses, you'll make them too. Build a battlefield around you. Silence distractions. Protect your space like a fortress. Because willpower fades, but your environment is always shaping you. Rule number 4. You are not your emotions. Feelings are real, but they aren't reliable. Anger, fear, sadness, they come and go like weather. But warriors don't train based on the weather. They train because it's the mission. If you let emotions drive your actions, you'll be reactive, not strategic. Weak, not grounded. Mental discipline means you feel it, you acknowledge it, and you still do what must be done. Rule number 5. Discipline lives in the now. Not later, not tomorrow, not when I feel ready. Your mind will always try to delay, but warriors act immediately. The moment you hesitate, you lose ground. That's why discipline requires urgency, even in silence. Every time you say, "I'll do it later," you train your brain to postpone your greatness. You don't need more time, you need more action. Now, rule number 6, master your inner voice. Your mind is always talking, but what it says is up to you. Most men let their thoughts bully them. I can't do this. I'm not ready. What if I fail? Discipline begins when you challenge that voice. You replace doubt with direction, fear with focus. Talk to yourself like a warrior, not with hype, with clarity, not with ego, with purpose. Because the most important voice you'll ever hear is your own. Rule number 7. Pain is part of the training. Everyone wants mental strength, but no one wants discomfort. Here's the truth. Growth and pain live on the same street. You don't get one without walking past the other. Warriors don't avoid pain. They lean into it. They see it as feedback, not failure. Every time you push through discomfort, you rewire your brain for power. Not just physically, but mentally. The man who can sit with pain is the man who cannot be broken. Rule number 8. Stop chasing motivation. Motivation is a mood. It's unreliable. It fades the moment things get hard. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. It shows up every single day. Warriors aren't moved by emotion. They're moved by mission. If you only train your mind when it feels good, you'll never last. Show up unmotivated. Show up unsure. Just show upper. That's how mental endurance is built. Rule number 9. Reward yourself with progress, not pleasure. Most people use rewards to escape discipline. They train for 20 minutes, then scroll for 2 hours. They finish a task and binge on distraction. But warriors reward themselves with movement, with mastery, with the next challenge. Discipline isn't about punishment. It's about reinforcement. Every time you push forward, acknowledge it. Own it. But don't stop there. The reward is becoming the kind of man who doesn't stop. Rule number 10. Your identity is your training. You don't become disciplined by accident. You become disciplined when you decide, this is who I am now. Every action reinforces a belief, and every belief shapes your identity. So if you train like a quitter, you become one. If you keep promises to yourself, you become powerful. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your standards. Make discipline part of your identity, not just your routine. Discipline is not perfection. It's repetition. The disciplined man isn't the one who never slips. He's the one who never stays down. He resets, refocuses, re-engages. Every day is a set. Every decision is a representative, and every moment is a chance to prove who you really are. You want to build mental muscle? Then stop judging your effort. Start stacking it. The voice you build in training is the voice that speaks when things fall apart. That's why you don't train just to feel good. You train to build a voice that says, keep going, stand up. We don't quit here. Because life won't ask you if you're ready. It will hit. And when it does, your mind is either your weapon or your weakness. Discipline gives you that voice, the one that doesn't shake when things get loud. Every decision you make is a vote for the man you're becoming. And your brain is always listening. When you hit snooze, it records weakness. When you skip the workout, it remembers. But when you show up, when you push through, when you do what you said you would, your brain upgrades your identity. Discipline is neural. It's not just a mindset. It's a system. A code you rewrite through repetition. So train it with intention. Don't wait for applause. Don't expect support. Discipline is lonely, but respected. You don't need validation to keep going. You need clarity. You need a mission. Most people train to be seen. Warriors train to be ready. Let your focus confuse them. Let your silence disturb them. Let your discipline inspire them. And when they finally ask, how do you stay so locked in? You'll smile, because you know the answer is simple. You trained for this. Mental discipline isn't something you finish. It's something you live with. There's no final level. No moment where it gets easy forever. But there is strength. There is clarity. There is peace in knowing you no longer fold at pressure. Most men live reacting. You live prepared. That's what separates warriors from wanderers. Training isn't a phase. It's your foundation. You don't train the mind with desire. You train it with decision. It's not about wanting more discipline. It's about deciding you're done being average. Done with excuses. Done with waiting. When a warrior sharpens his sword, he doesn't hope it works. He decides it will. Your mind is the same. Sharpen it daily. And when life strikes, you'll be ready to cut through it with focus. Most of your growth won't happen in the spotlight. It will happen in silence, in routine, in repetition. Mental warriors are built in the quiet moments, when no one is watching, when no one is clapping, and when no one would blame you for quitting. But you don't quit. You keep showing up. That's where the separation happens. In the invisible reps, the ones only you will ever know about. Real strength doesn't announce itself. It doesn't scream for attention. It simply moves with purpose. Mental discipline isn't loud. It's not flashy. It's quiet, calculated, undeniable. When others panic, you stay calm. When others hesitate, you execute. When others fold, you stand. And it's not because you're lucky. It's because you're trained. So here's the truth. The world doesn't need more men who wait for permission. It needs more warriors. Men who lead themselves first. Men who train in silence, move with discipline, and speak with clarity. These 10 rules are not suggestions. They're weapons. Sharpen them daily. Because when your mind becomes a weapon, you stop losing battles. And you start setting the terms. Subscribe to the Mental Gym and train your mind every single day.